welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Doduo, the twin bird Pokemon, whose number is 0084. This is what it looks like. Its type is normal flying. For some reason, I don't think it actually can fly, so I don't know why it was given the flying type. I guess because it's a bird, and I think all birds, at least in this gen, were just given the normal flying type. I don't know, it's weird. Abilities are Runaway or Early Bird. Tangled Feet is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate 190 or 35.2%. Breeding is a group fly. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 4'7" or 1.4 meters. Weight is 86.4 pounds or 39.2 kilograms. Base experience yield is 96 on the first 4 gens and 62 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1 in attack. Its shape is that, its footprint is that. Pokedex color is brown, and base friendship is 70. Doduo is a dual-type normal flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Dodrio, starting at level 31. Biology: Doduo is a two-headed bipedal avian Pokemon. Each head has a long, sharp beak and 2 beady black eyes. It has a bristly down-like covering of brown feathers on its body and both heads. A male has black flexible necks, whereas a female has brown necks. Both genders have brown legs. Each foot has 4 digits ending in a sharp claw. Both heads have an identical brain, however, it is believed that on occasion they may possess different brains. It is also theorized that the two heads communicate with some form of telepathy for coordination. When even sleeping or nourishing itself with food or water, one head is usually awake and alert and keeps a keen eye out for enemies. Two heads switch turns every hour or so, with both only sleeping at the same time when they feel completely safe. Both heads have the same genes and battle together in perfect sync. So you can see a Doduo with both heads sleeping. Yes. And I guess it's a female Doduo, since you can see the brown neck. Due to its almost non-existent wings, it cannot fly very well. However, it has developed legs that make it a powerful runner. Reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour, it energetically strides across the plains, leaving large 4-inch, 10-centimeter deep footprints behind it. It can better maintain balance while running by raising and lowering its heads. Doduo lives in wide open plains, grasslands, and savannas. Evolution: Doduo evolves into Dodrio, so you can see that here. Dodrio. Game data: Pokedex entries. Gen 1, red and blue. A bird that makes up for its poor flying with its fast foot speed leaves giant footprints. Yellow, its short wings make flying difficult. Instead, this Pokemon runs at high speed on developed legs. Stadium, a Pokemon with 2 heads, more skilled at running than flying. It is capable of racing at speeds over 60 miles per hour. Gen 2 in gold, by alternately raising and lowering its 2 heads, it balances itself to be more stable while running. Silver, it races through grassy plains with powerful strides, leaving footprints up to 4 inches deep. Crystal, it lives on a grassy plain where it can see a long way. If it sees an enemy, it runs away at 60 miles per hour. Stadium 2 is gold again. In Gen 3, in Ruby, Doduo's 2 heads never sleep at the same time. Its 2 heads take turns sleeping, so one head can always keep watch for enemies while the other one sleeps. Sapphire, Doduo's 2 heads contain completely identical brains. A scientific study reported that on rare occasions there will be examples of this Pokemon possessing different sets of brains. In Emerald, even while eating or sleeping, one of the heads remains always vigilant for any sign of danger. When threatened, it flees over 60 miles per hour. Fire Red, a 2-headed Pokemon that was discovered as a sudden mutation. It runs at a pace of over 60 miles per hour. Leaf Green is just red and blues again. In Gen 4, in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, the brains in its 2 heads appear to communicate emotions to each other with telepathic powers. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are their Gold and Silver counterparts. Gen 5, those Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is Fire Reds. Y is Diamond, Pearl, Platinums, and Gen 5's entries. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they're Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. The Gen 7 Pokedex entry is Yellow's Pokedex entry. The Gen 8 Pokedex entry is Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums, and all the others. In Gen 9, Scarlet, its twin heads have exactly the same genes, and battle in perfect sync with each other. Violet, its heads never sleep at the same time. Each one takes a turn keeping watch while the other sleeps, switching every hour or so. So here we have Doduo and the Blueberry Pokedex. You get a nice mix of male and female Doduo. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, and you get, like, looks like a nest. I don't know if it's their nest or not, but it's very nice. You can see it in the dome, in the terrarium here, yeah. Game locations, side game locations, events, held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. In red, blue, and yellow, you get a berry 100% of the time. In ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, heart gold, soul silver, black, white 2, white 2, XY, omega ruby, alpha sapphire, brilliant diamond, and shining pearl, you get a sharp beak 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 35, attack 85, defense 45, special attack 35, special defense 35, speed 75 for a total of 310. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 35. Type effectiveness, damage only by normal, fighting, flying, poison, steel, fire, water, psychic dragon, dark fairy, weak to rock, electric, and ice for double, immune to ground and ghost, resistant to bug and grass for half. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of ghost-type moves is 1, so it would go from 0 to 1. If gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an iron ball or a ring target, or it is affected by smackdown or ingrain, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so it would go from 0 to 1. Learn set by level up. 1, you get Peck and Growl, 5 Quick Attack, 9 Fury Attack, 14 Pluck, 19 Double Hit, 23 Agility, 27 Uproar, 30 Acupressure, 33 Swords Dance, 36 Drill Peck, 39 Endeavor, 43 Thrash. By TM, you get 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 5 Mudslap, 7 Protect, 12 Low Kick, 14 Acrobatics, 18 Thief, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 32 Swift, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 85 Rest, 88 Swords Dance, 103 Substitute, 113 Tailwind, 130 Helping Hand, 132 Baton Pass, 164 Brave Bird, 171 Terra Blast, 181 Knockoff, 185 Lunge, 191 Uproar, 204 Double Edge, 205 Endeavor, 216 Feather Dance, and 221 Throat Chop. By breeding, Murkrow gives you Assurance, this group gives you Flail, this group gives you Spring Attack, and this group gives you Whirlwind. Side game data. Okay, we got this. Okay. Pokemon Ranger in the browser entry. Doduo can run at an incredible speed on its sturdy and stable legs. Shadows Walmia. It attacks by pecking with its sharp beaks and charging. Okay. That. Evolution data. Doduo, level 31 Dodrio. Sprites here, so you can see how it's all black at this point. They didn't really have a gender difference. Pretty basic. You know, it maybe changed a little bit. These looked a little bit more creepy than ones we'd get later on, but otherwise, pretty much the same concept. You know, the fur is probably a little different. All the legs are black in these first ones, but then they become this lighter color later. In gold, the shiny is sort of a gold color. That's sort of a brown, dark brown. And it becomes just like a pure brown. Ruby and Sapphire get the beak colored and the legs properly colored and stuff. It's now like a green, maybe a light yellow for the beak and the legs. Yep. Then a Diamond and Pearl here. We get to see the female with the tan neck. We get all the back sprites and stuff. Then we get, this is now a green with, I don't know, like a, I don't know what kind of yellow that is, but anyway, then we got all this. Yep. And we get the models, pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty simple Pokemon. And, you know, it's a little bit weird because it's not as fluffy yet, but it gets the basics down. It's probably a little bit lighter colors as well. Yeah, probably gained more lighter as time went on. Okay, then we got these games here, so now it's more of a fluffy puff. Yep. Yeah. And at that, and I guess they don't have in the anime. We got Doduo in the anime. Okay, got all this. So for Pokedex entries, this first one we've already done for the anime portion of the video, so we'll cut to Dexter doing it.
Doduo, the twin bird Pokemon. It runs faster than it can fly.
For the second one, episode 73 in Ash's Pokedex. Doduo, a twin bird Pokemon. Once its heads begin to fight each other, Doduo becomes incapacitated. In the manga, we got Doduo in Pokemon Adventures, and a Doduo hatching from its egg in Pokemon Adventures. Cute. Yep. This. TCG, TFG, other appearances. Oh, yes, a Doduo appears in Pokemon Detective Pikachu, several of them. I don't think it's just one every once in a while. I think there's like 3 or 4 in one scene trivia. In the Pokemon Red and Blue beta, Doduo was originally known as Dodo, its Japanese name. Before Gen 4, the necks of normal Doduo were black, which became the male neck color, while its evolutions necks were beige, which became the female neck color. According to its Pokedex entries, Doduo can run at 60 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, while Dodrio can run at nearly 40 miles per hour, or 60 kilometers per hour. However, Dodrio's base speed stat is higher. Doduo and Dodrio are the only flying type Pokemon consisting of a head and legs. So here we got Doduo flying in Pokemon Stadium. I guess it does sometimes fly. But yeah, it's weird. Origin, despite its name, Doduo seems like it has more in common with ostriches than dodos. It also shows some similarities to the moa, an extinct flightless bird indigenous to New Zealand, and the emu, another flightless bird. It also resembles the kiwi in some ways as well. According to Pocket Monsters Encyclopedia, Doduo was discovered 3 years prior to the original games, and is believed that its double head is a recent mutation. Name origin, Doduo may be a combination of dodo, an extinct flightless bird, and duo, a pair. I'm pretty sure it is. And dodo is literally dodo. Okay, and other languages, related articles, yeah, let's move on. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 65, Showdown at the Poke Corral. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his Pokemon, Pikachu, and his traveling companions Brock and Misty, as well as his rival, Gary Oak, have returned to Pallet Town after getting the necessary badges to enter the Pokemon League. This is Professor Oak, Gary's grandfather, and the local Pokemon professor. He has talked about his day and how unique it is. The unique opportunity he has to research Pokemon. Yes.
Pokemon.
There's a Doduo.
Hiya, Doduo. How's everything going today?
Is that your Doduo?
Doduo, the twin bird Pokemon. It runs faster than it can fly.
Oh.
Professor, this is such a great place. The Pokemon must love it.
Okay.
I hope so.
So that's Doduo's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, as I like to call it, Detective Doduo's. This is the frames with Doduo to the best of my ability, especially today since my DVD player isn't working, so I've had to compile old clips. So if I've missed anything, I'm sorry. So we are in an establishing shot of Tim Goodman's hometown. Tim is the main character, and so there's a few Doduo in this plane here, yeah. And that's a Pidgeot. Okay. Sorry if there's any stuttering or off-sync delay as well. So here, we're in Rhyme City, a city where Pokemon and humans can coexist. That's Tim Goodman in the background behind this woman. There's a few Doduo, you can kind of see them here in the background, yeah. So Tim has come to Rhyme City because he believes that his father died in a car crash, so he's like finishing his stuff here. Yeah. So this is, late in the night, you can see the Doduo in the background there. So now we've cut to later in the film. Tim Goodman has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu, and has been just attacked by Apom, which have taken something known as the R-gas. Tim also breathed in a little bit of the R-gas, which makes him think that that's why Detective Pikachu can talk. So there's a couple Doduo here, you can see them. So most of the Doduo in this film are going to be male. This one appears to be female, but or this might be a Dodrio, to be honest. The Doduo is in the background. So yeah, they do make it a little bit ambiguous with the neck, but yeah.
Run! So go! Not like that. No, it was a gas. Did no one else hear him?
Gas.
Can you hear him talking? You can hear him saying words.
And why were you in that apartment?
So yeah.
It's my father's place. That's why I was there.
So that's where they met with
Because I
people.
could use a coffee. I mean, that's...
So now it's just been revealed that Detective Pikachu was Harry Goodman, his father's detective partner.
Yeah, let's get a coffee. Yeah.
They're gonna go get a coffee to talk about this. And there's a Doduo in the background. So you can see here that they sort of changed the eyes of the Doduo. You can kind of see that. So instead of just the black voids with white spots. They made it sort of more human-like eyes. So you can see a Doduo here. So we've cut to later in the film. Tim and Detective Pikachu have tracked the Argas to this underground club. They believe that Harry is still alive, and so they're trying to connect him through this Argas, because that was the case that Harry was working on before he died. So, yeah. So here, we've got to a little bit later in the scene here. You can see the eyes much better here, but Tim and Detective Pikachu have met the owner of this underground fight club, which is underground because Pokemon fighting is illegal in Rhyme City. So the owners challenged Pikachu to fight his Charizard for the information about his father. So we'll see a little bit of that scene here. And so in this bit of the scene, Pikachu, because he has amnesia, has forgotten how to use his powers. So Tim is going to go in and help Pikachu. So you can see it here.
Breaking news!
So okay, now we've got to much later in the film. So this is them setting up a parade, people, for the 10th anniversary of Rhyme City. And so, what's happened? So that was Lucy Stevens talking. That's an intern at the news. So Tim and Pikachu saw who they believe to be Roger Clifford, the owner of the news, capture a Pokemon called Mewtwo, and so that they're gonna. So she's trying to figure out a way to report that information. So there's a Doduo in the background here.
Mrs. McMaster,
So, yeah.
hi, it's Lucy.
So yeah, she's gonna get Cynthia McMaster's help here. That's why she's an actual reporter. So there's a couple Doduo in the background here, and they're gonna weirdly go around the scene, which is interesting. Yeah.
See Steven, the intern.
Yeah, I have a story that's real.
Yeah, so Cynthia just asked her to get her coffee order, and so she's given her a jacket because she just finished the interview, and I guess just handed her the jacket just unconsciously. And so she's gonna use the jacket to try to talk to the mayor about what's going on.
You got it. Cynthia.
More than happy with the turnout
So now,
today.
yeah, we've cut. So that's the mayor, and what I presume is his Doduo, since it's with him throughout the scene. And so, yeah, so he's giving interviews with other news reporters.
So Menky, so
Mr. Mayor, I need to speak with you, please. It's urgent.
a little later on interview day.
So now, we've cut to later in the film. This is Mewtwo with a Neuralink, a device used by Howard Clifford to connect his mind into Mewtwo. Howard being the founder of Rhyme City. His whole thing is that he wants the ultimate partnership between Pokemon and humans by merging them. So the Argas makes the Pokemon go crazy, and Mewtwo can use its powers to merge humans and Pokemon. So the Argas is in the balloons. He's about to release them. There's a bunch of Doduo in the crowd here. Can't really see it very well, but they're here.
Breathe the purple gas!
So yeah, that was Lucy telling people not to let their Pokemon breathe the gas. You can see the Doduo here going crazy among the other Pokemon. So now, so Detective Pikachu, earlier in the film, was given a vision by Mewtwo where it seemed like he betrayed Harry, so he and Tim split up, and so now they're back. Now he's back after finding something at the crash site, and so he's just learning that Mewtwo is Howard and stuff. Yeah, stop him. So now, like we've got to after all the big action fighting stuff is over, and Howard has been separated from Mewtwo. Mewtwo has undone all the merging. So there's a couple Doduo in the background here. And that's Lucy's side up there, talking about how they don't want to do that again because she was inside the Cyborg's body. Yeah. So now we've cut to a little bit later. They're just, they're celebrating how they've won, and she's basically asking him out. So now we've cut to later in the film, the end, the last scene. So they found out that the reason why Pikachu could talk is because Harry Goodman here, his soul was inside of Pikachu, and there's a Doduo in the background. So Tim is going home to his hometown, and they're, doing a tearful goodbye,
Hey, Dad?
So now it's Tim realizing he wants to stay. And that's it. I hope you enjoy. Let's move on. the second version of the Doduo card, having the second edition symbol next to the weight. It was illustrated by Mitsuhiro Arita. I love this illustration. It reminds me of the Roadrunner from Looney Tunes running through the desert. It has 50 HP. It's 4'7" and 86 pounds, which is 0.4 pounds lighter than its weight in the official Pokédex. It has one move, Fury Attack. In the video games, it's a normal type move that hits between 2 and 5 times. On this card, it can do 0, 10, or 20 damage depending on how many successful coin flips of 2 the player does. Doduo is weak to lightning for double damage. It's resistant to fighting for minus 30 damage. It's interesting that since Doduo isn't resistant or immune to fighting in the video games. It is possible that because fighting type encapsulates ground type Pokemon, this was the best they could do. Given that Doduo is immune to ground type moves, it has no retreat cost. Its description reads, a bird that makes up for its spores flying, with its fast foot speed, leaves giant footprints. This is the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green. It's level 10. In the video games, it would be 21 levels from evolving into Dodrio. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we are looking at deviant art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're looking at this single image, and that's because it's the only image we'll be doing today. So this is Doduo and Dodrio by Mirage Theory. In the image itself, it says Dodrio, number 085, triple bird Pokemon, ability early bird, height 5'11", and weight 187.8 pounds. Here we've got, a Doduo and a Dodrio. Very kind of realistic, I guess. Much different than the version we got in Detective Pikachu. Got a human for scale, I guess, and yeah. So that's good. Yeah, it looks very nice. Let's move on.